Emerge Challenge. Second batch, B2C, marketplaces and retail.
Hi everyone, our congratulations on making it to Emerge semifinals. In semifinals, we will have 43 startups and 4 batches. Around 10-11 startups will be in one batch and up to 7 judges also will be in one batch. The judges are experts and investors. The judges will evaluate your startup based on the next criteria: product market fit, team, traction, global growth potential, unique sales proposition, and overall presentation. We will choose top-tier startups from each batch based on the scores from judges. So 10 startups will pitch in finals of Emerge Challenge on May 14th. I wish you good luck and be the winner.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Emerge Challenge semifinals. We have here with us excellent 11 teams across B2B and B2C sector, and we are ready to start. First, let me introduce our judges. So we have Dmitry Firskin from Altair Ventures from Israel. We have Stepan Galayev, investment director at Galayev & Co. Multi-family office from the UK. We have Ali Buyukbas, a business development manager at Teknasyon in Turkey. We've got Andrei Avseyevich, a general partner at Bulba Ventures from Belarus. We also have Maxim Fedina, senior innovation analyst at Megaphone from Russia. Yelena Gantvarg, principal at Flint Capital from the USA. And finally, we have Cyril Golub, board member and IT entrepreneur from Business Angels Association Angels Band from Belarus. Welcome, judges. And we are ready to start with our first startup presentation of today. And I would like to welcome on stage CopyMonkey from Latvia.
Hi, my name is Anton. I am CEO and founder of CopyMonkey, AI for e-commerce content generation. E-commerce is growing fast and more products selling online. Each and every new product needs content. So that's why e-commerce shops forced to hire copywriters. But working with the copywriters are expensive and time-consuming and not scalable. That's why we developed CopyMonkey, AI for content generation for e-commerce. With CopyMonkey AI, e-commerce doesn't need to hire more copywriters. For example, this is our Shopify plugin. It generates unique product descriptions in seconds using product characteristics. Let's compare CopyMonkey with a human. Our pilot customers have 2 million products. Human will spend 500,000 hours to create content for 2 million products. And with CopyMonkey, it can be done within 5 hours. It sounds like magic, but it becomes possible because of the large language models like GPT-3. We trained it on tons of hand-picked e-commerce data and integrate our solution in the current e-commerce workflows. In our advisory board, there is a creator of Russian version of GPT-3. Also, we bring on board expertise and e-commerce sales and strategy. This obsessive e-commerce focus is what differentiates us from the competitors. The alternative solutions are not tailored for e-commerce, not addressing e-commerce pains and current ways of working. As a tech geek, my passion is leading R&D teams and creating tech-savvy products. I was doing it at Kaspersky and at the AI startup Baked by 500. That experience helped me to bring on board 8 world-class engineers that are working with us part-time and ready to commit full-time when we will have enough resources. My co-founder, Kate, is was working as a customer experience manager. So our clients and partners are in the good hands too. We know each other with Kate for a couple of years and spent some time traveling before CopyMonkey was created. We survived earthquake in Turkey, run away from the wild warthog, so I think we have a pretty good chance of survival at startup environment as well. Then we won Visa Online Hackathon and decided to start the company. So our current traction in enterprise segment is 4 new clients per month with a 6K projected MRR per client. In SMB segment, we are growing 70% month over month. And we have 10 ongoing enterprise pilots, which give us almost 540,000 projected ARR. So to increase the growth speed, we are raising 120K and we will reach 1 million annual recurrent revenue in 2 years. Thank you.
Excellent. Good timing. Thanks so much for your presentation. We're now ready with the questions and judges. Dmitry, do you have a question?
Yeah, sure. Could you please comment on traction? Because I didn't get it. 4 new clients every month, but how many clients in total do you have? Is it like the first month when you got 4 clients, or are you getting them, let's say, 12 months in a row plus 4 every month? That's the first point. The second point is about projected MRR. What is it? What's the real MRR right now? The third point is regarding SMB, because you said that you also have a lot of SMB customers. I didn't get the number and again the revenue. So could you please comment on that?
So first of all, in we were incorporated in March. So since then we have 10 enterprise clients ongoing. All pilots are paid, and with the projected MRR per client is what we want to, the amount of money we want to have a contract with it. So after the paid pilots, it will be a paid contract, obviously, and the ARR per company will be 40 to 60K annual recurrent revenue. So it's about enterprise. About SMB segment, we are launching our SMB product next week on Shopify. It's one of the biggest e-commerce platforms. So we are growing in terms of leads on our waitlist.
Thank you. I thought Max wanted to ask some question from Megaphone.
Yeah, thank you. Tell me, please, how many languages do you support?
Yeah, so basically now we support only 2 languages, which is Russian and English. Russian is for enterprise customers only right now, and we are launching English version next week.
And why don't you support Russian language for SMB?
Because we feel that working with the Russian SMB is not perfect way for us, because we are a European focused company and we want to scale in Europe.
Okay.
Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, Elena?
Sorry if I missed it. Do you have any traction outside of Russia now, any pilots whatsoever? And what deal size do you expect to get from SMBs?
Yeah, so basically in SMB segment, we will be charging SaaS subscription as in enterprise, but in enterprise, we are charging per the product category. The price is 1,000 euro per product category. And in SMB, we are charging per product. So it's start with the 19 euro per 50 product. We're not launched yet. We are launching next week.
We have time for a very quick question, Andrei.
Do you have any even one signed contract, which is not a trial, but a product one?
We have one finished pilot with this bear market. So we are negotiating terms of commercial.
Great. Good luck, CopyMonkey, with signing more contracts. And we're ready to progress with our next startup. And I'd like to welcome EasyTry on our virtual stage.
So please share your
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm founder of EasyTry. We are solving 4 big problems of e-commerce. First of all, unsure customers. There is a big share of customers who are not enough with product images in online store to make a purchase decision. It causes problems with conversion rates and engagement, and it causes low average order value and even revenue per visit in online stores. Of course, high order and return rates and abandoned carts. It's obvious. And we want to approach these problems with our API for e-commerce that enables virtual try-on engagement. So how it works? We integrate our technology via API to any online store, and in product page, we show Try Now pop-up, which enable customer to upload his or her image and in 3-5 seconds generate a new image with desired product on it. So what business can get from it? We tested several projects, several prototypes of our product and found out that business can get up to 300% engagement growth, average order value increase, and even the return rate expenses reduce. But besides all of this, business can get a new data about customer and new channel to interact with customers. Virtual fitting rooms market is growing more than 20% a year, and by 2027 it will reach $10 billion. But it's not the most interesting part here. The interesting part here is that there were so many different products and projects that try to reach this market and make a mass market product, but no one really succeeds. And we learned why. We analyzed so many products by the terms of how they engage with customer and with business, and found out several interesting insights. The main insight is that the existing projects, they create very interesting products, very technological, but they have one common problem. They're very complex user journey. It means that average customer of online store will not be able to download the application, to input all of his or her measurements in the system, or not use anything that will require additional actions like 3D scanner or something. It creates only friction rate, and for business, it's very very costly integration. So in response to all of this, we decided to create very simple, at the same time realistic and seamless virtual fitting room that will be very easy to integrate both to business and customer, because it only takes one image and a few seconds of customer to try this. Our business model is a software as a service. We provide different products for different clients. For enterprises, we offer API, and for small, medium business, we offer complete plugin with one-click integration. We also plan to collect and cluster data to create new products in smart recommendations and upselling, and build a bridge between Gen Z and traditional e-commerce. Our existing traction is more than 100 customer interviews around the world. We talked to many customers who tried virtual fitting rooms and made several pilots, several versions of prototypes to test our hypothesis. At the end of the day, we have more than 4,000 try-on sessions in our system. We have several pilot projects testing our beta version in Russia, and we are having ongoing client in Switzerland. Our team has extensive experience in research and developing and building computer vision algorithms in different segments. And we also have very strong expertise from retail, fashion, and sports retail in Russia. That's it. Thank you for attention. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thanks very much, Daniel. And time for questions. Yelena, I can see you have some questions. Let's start.
Yeah, so my first question is, like, you were running some pilots, and your potential customers, those who were running, you were running pilots with, what did they measure? Like, what were their KPIs? Were you able to show that the companies that were using your product, that it led to more conversion or less returns, anything like that?
Yeah, thanks for this question. First of all, the most interesting KPI here is engagement. How the, for example, A group versus B group engage with the product page, and how many product pages they can serve through one session. So our product showed that we can help clients of online stores to see more SKUs using through one store session. And also, second important KPI is average order value, because we can show several SKUs through one virtual fitting room, and there is a bigger chance that customer will buy several products in batch.
Thanks for the answer.
Cool.
Ali?
Hi, Daniel. Thanks for the pitch. Actually, I think you have to model the products for virtual reality, right? How difficult is that?
So if it was not clear in the presentation, we are not creating 3D models because if we found out it's very costly both for business and for us, and this business model is not sustainable. So we just use product images, and we are creating an algorithm that can transfer products from the image, transfer garment from one image to another, and adapt it for the measurements of customer from this image. So we don't create 3D models anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Andrei, do you have any comments?
Yeah, two quick questions. One is, did I get you right that you're just using GAN networks to transfer the outfit from the store to a real picture? It's the first question. And the second one is, do you know the problems of the e-commerce, the main problems, and how you address them? I mean, the main problems are usually the returns and the and sizing and so on and so on and so on, not the depth of the use.
So thanks for that. First answer for first question. It takes our algorithm has several neural networks, including GAN, to transfer garment from one image to another. But GAN is not the main, not the core technology here. The second question, we have different clients, and we talk to them, and they all have quite different problems. Even if they are in the same segment, they have different focuses. One of them is, of course, return rates, and we know how to fight with this with using our product and technology. But we think it's not the main value of our product. We believe it's additional value, so we can help to reduce some wasteful logistics, because we will show products how they look like to customers who order things just to see them in real life. They will reduce this wasteful logistics. But our core value is to increase average order value for business. For example, we work with brands that have strong D2C channels, and they want to compete in their D2C channels versus marketplaces, and we help them to make it more profitable to sell in D2C through increasing average order value, customer loyalty, and engagement.
Thanks, Daniel, for the detailed explanation. Max, I can see you have a question, but like very quick one.
Yeah, very quick. Tell me, please, how many business customers do you have?
At the moment, we have 4 ongoing pilots. We have 10 more in pipeline, so we are not yet onboarded our technology and not started yet with them. And overall, we did more than 20 business integrations.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck with growing these numbers. And the next startup joining our session today is Touch from Russia.
Yes, hello, my name is Yuri, and I'm representing Touch. We are developing charging infrastructure for electric vehicles. So what we are doing, we offer all-in-one solution for launching, operating, and scaling an EV charging business for every market participant to provide convenient charging services for EV drivers. Our charging solutions include chargers of our own development and software. So we both create hardware, we develop software, and we provide specific business models for different participants of the market. Also, we have applications for both platforms, iOS and Android. At the moment, we presented in 15 Russian regions and have 12 regional partners in Russian Federation. So at the moment, the market of charging infrastructure for electric vehicles in Russia is information stage, and there is a big shortage of public charging stations. So it's at the moment the deficit is 2,500 stations. But we believe, and there are some researchers, that in 2030 the number of stations in Russia will be 152,000. In also, Europe is steadily developing a large market with growing demand for DC stations. So there is also a shortage and deficit of DC stations in Europe. Comparing Russia to Europe, we are like about 3.5. So there is really a big deficit of charging stations in Russia. Yeah, just to be easier. So the problem in both in European market and in Russia, most companies focus on providing individual charging services with complicated approach, which increases the cost of building the business and requires several intermediaries. So you can see there is a company who manufacture the charging stations. There are dealers, there are software developers, operator, maintenance, and technical support, and it costs. So the TCO is quite big. So what we propose to decrease the TCO, total cost of ownership, for per charging stations, because we call ourselves as a vertically integrated company. So we are all in one. So yeah, we believe that it's for some reason I can't see the slide. Okay, so we believe that we will cover 20% of Russia and 0.3% in Europe. But to build and to achieve these goals, we need to overcome some barriers. So we are now looking for investment of 2.2 million euros. Yeah, the team. So I'm the CEO of the company. I'm an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. I have other businesses. Like almost all our members of our team. Yeah, some of them worked in big corporations. Some of them launched startups. So we are I would say we are quite experienced. So yeah, probably, yeah, I'm done.
Thanks very much for your presentation. Now it's time for questions. And right, Cyril, do you have anything to comment on?
Sorry, that's my fourth time I'm hearing the pitch from Yuri and his partners, so all my questions has been perfectly answered.
Okay, excellent. Do we have anyone who does have questions?
Yeah,
I have a.
I may ask.
Yeah.
Who owns the IP?
Us.
And how many stations do you have running at the moment?
How many? Sorry, what?
How many stations you have operational?
In operation now, just 70 stations. But with these 70 stations, we are number 2 in Russia.
Right. And how do you monetize? Do you charge per hour or?
Yeah, there are 3. The tariff again. Yeah, it's not possible to earn on charging sessions. But yeah, the tariff consists of per hour, per kilowatt, and yeah, it's a one-time fee to start the session. So it's a complex tariff, but you can do any in our system.
And last question, if I may, where do you produce the stations?
St. Petersburg.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dmitry. I think you had something to ask.
I have a question. So sorry, but I didn't get if there were any kind of uniqueness in the stations, or let's say I know that in Moscow there are some like local stations from local governments, and for sure, like if we're speaking about European countries, the market is really crowded there. So if there are any like strong advantages comparing to what people have right now in Moscow and what they have in Europe and United States.
So the control is ours. So the main thing of the charging station is the controller. Controller is our IP, so it's our development, and it's functionally more interesting than the analogs. But I wouldn't say that there is a really like very specific differentiator. I would say that we are really strong in business models. We know how to develop the infrastructure in general. So I wouldn't say that we are technically really like something. It's not
okay.
possible.
So you are feeling strong on the Russian market because it's empty. Am I right?
Sorry, once again.
You are feeling strong on the Russian market because it's like empty and there is a shortage of the stations. And let's say if we're speaking about New York, I don't know, then in New York, like there are no strong advantages, and probably you will lose like these markets to your competitors.
I would say that we are at the moment we are strong in Russian market, and we are really fast developing. And we know how to develop. I mean, yeah, the business model for development is clear for us. But I would say that, yeah, we have a representation office in Germany at the moment. Now we are under C certification. We are supported by a big number of, I would say, yeah, European, yes, different. I know funds, I don't know, embassies, and yeah, some other institutions, and I believe after C certification we will have some I don't know, share on European market, especially Eastern Europe.
Okay.
Thank you for answering questions. I believe we are out of time, and I would like to invite the next startup on our stage, Cargolink.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm tell you about Cargolink. Cargolink.Truck Trip Planner is a navigator for truck drivers that allows them to plan their route, including gas station, truck parkings, cafes, and other road objects. The most important difference between us and classic navigators, Yandex and Google, is that we use the legal requirements for the permitted drivers, working hours, and rest. The truck drivers work strictly according to the law, and any violation leads to a fine €200. Our target market, is 6.4 million users in Russia and Europe. Until mid-2020, the Cargolink truck stops, it was like a TripAdvisor for truckers, where we collected all the information about roadside objects needed to the drivers with their own hands. The map made for truckers by truckers, which we carefully moderated. Now we have in our database 40,000 objects on the territory of Russia and Europe, 40,000 reviews from drivers, 30,000 check-ins on objects, 40,000 active installations, 3,500 DAO, and 25,000 MAU.
We plan to double this figure by the end of the year. In 2021, we made a pivot from TripAdvisor to professional trip planner for dispatchers and truck drivers. Now we are working on the quality of our product to help a large fleet to plan the road for truckers and minimize the impact of the human factor. Our goal is to increase the efficiency of the dispatchers and truck drivers. We plan to offer them a monthly subscription for about $10 per truck. How we do it? Our team has deep experience in logistics, apps development, advertising, and law. And we felt product market fit, one of the first, and realized our app 4 years ago. We spent 70,000 of own money and raised 70,000 from our Russian partner. Now we are looking for a partner in Europe and investments in the amount of 300,000 euros. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for your presentation. Now it's time for some questions.
Yeah.
Max, would you like to go ahead, please?
Yeah, I didn't get quite well. What differs you from your competitors?
Because we started first, and our users love our application and recommend us, and we collected one of the biggest database with important information for truck drivers, and they add it every day, and our base grow every day, and that help us grow faster than other competitors in Russia and Europe.
Okay, so do you have other competitors in Europe, or you would be there first?
Yeah, in Europe, of course, it's Google, and it's Google. But if we compare us with number one competitor for truck drivers, it is Truck Parking Europe. They work with truck drivers from different countries, and now we have only English and Russian version, and in next 2 months we add additional 10 languages to work with European truck drivers.
Thanks, George. Elena, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I was just wondering, so you talked about the plans to charge $10.99 per truck per month. So are you currently monetizing?
Now we grow our base of truck drivers, and we earn money from referral links with our partners, like gas station, like lawyers, like insurance services, like maybe you know Sber Health, the company which help truck drivers to call to doctor and decide their souls by phone.
Okay, thank you. Would anyone like to comment? Yes, Andrei.
Grigory, in the very bright future, I mean, everybody is telling us that the trucks will be self-driving. How do you see the strategic perspective for your project in this respect?
I believe it's in a long period of future when trucks work without truck drivers, because like engineer sit in truck and control the truck, because we have the biggest problem how truck what we do if truck without driver got in crash maybe. And this dispatcher in truck, of course, want to have a rest, to have a douche, to have a toilet, to want to go to cafe, and they use us like usually.
So basically, you don't think they will be unmanned anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they do, maybe the virtual assistants can hang out on virtual cafes that Cargolink can provide. But thank you very much, George, for your presentation and for your time. And it's time to move to the next startup, which is Solvery from Russia.
Awesome. So hello everyone, my name is Anton and I'd like to introduce Solvery. So we help companies to let employees reach their potential and build a better environment for their working with their colleagues. So growing employees is 6 times more affordable than hiring, and I've never met a company which would tell that they wouldn't like to build an educational system for their employees, but it's quite hard and expensive to build something like this. On the other hand, we see that most employees don't just want to go somewhere to sit for 8 hours working. They want to feel working the team with the same mindset, get connected to their colleagues, and also see the path of their growing. And one of the best tools for this is mentorship. As we see, a lot of successful companies are using different kinds of internal, external mentorship programs to help their employees grow. And that's why, and not everyone is actually Facebook and AppArm. As I said, building an educational platform or software can be really expensive and long time. So we've met a lot of companies in the last few months that said that they really interested in mentorship and these kind of things, and they're not ready to build something for them. And that's why we're building Solvery, the platform where any company can easily launch any mentorship program. First is, of course, listings. We help companies to easily onboard their colleagues, employees to fill the profiles, and any person can find a specialist in different skills who is higher in the skill to help the person grow. But listings is not everything. There's a lot of different ways to use mentorship. And that's why we're building social templates. Like a company can easily launch things like random matching, onboarding, switching employee role, mental health and coaching. And there are hundreds, I think, of different templates. And this all just collected from talking to like 50 or 60 companies. Yeah, and we're building a platform to launch those and also to get analytics for a company to make better decision on growing and helping their employees. So the customers are companies from 2,500 people, and in Europe and USA, there's a lot of them. And so our competition, there are already some platforms like Mentor Together that are building platforms for internal mentorship. And our difference here is that we're not only building something for inside company, we are preparing templates for working with external mentors also, like coaches, like experts or world's top engineers or something like this. Our current traction, we launched a year ago, and we've launched as a C2C mentoring marketplace. And we have already have over 3,000 of paid hours on the platform and clients from 15 countries. And also our first B2B clients like Miro, Skyeng, and etc. Our business model is 20% from every external mentorship paid hour, and other one is subscription from $5,000 a year. And currently we're having 5 companies in a wait list. So the plan is launching sales in June. So currently we're finishing our platform. And by September, we're planning to launch US and Europe sales. And our go-to-market strategy includes sales network with companies that are already selling enterprise projects the products to companies in their countries. And currently in the summer, we'll be looking for $2 million investments to strengthen up our tech team, and also launching the content and marketing strategy for US and Euro market, because as we also see, not only sales, but content is our go-to-market. Solvery team consists of 15 people now. Me and Maria have been working together for over 6 years now, creating different ed tech projects. And also we have a team of development, marketing, client, mentoring service, etc. in Russia, and sales guys in US. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Anton, for the presentation, and it's time for questions. Cyril?
Question from myself, please. Anton, can you please briefly outline what kind of scoring are you going to implement for teaching experts, and how will you track the teaching experience from both sides and from the question of quality?
Yeah, it's a nice question. So we've currently collecting all the mentorship techniques. So we have a pretty big expertise in methodology and education. So I've been teaching for the last 6 years, and we are collecting all this data for our mentors. And currently, by the end of May, we will launch an open course on mentorship. So to not only to share with our mentors, but to share worldwide with companies, anyone who wants to increase their skill in mentorship. So one side, we will be providing this content and also collecting more content while working with companies and getting feedback. And how we want to plan to get feedback is rating system. So the base part is rating system. So each session that have been between 2 people must be rated like from 0 to 5. Yes, and we will be collecting feedback. So this is like the base part. But for most companies, as we see it, if the person wants to become a mentor, we share the course with him, which takes like 20 minutes, like half an hour to onboard the idea, and materials for a person to use while mentoring.
Thanks. That was quite explanatory. Elena?
Yeah, so I was just wondering, so you mentioned, when you talked about the competition, you mentioned that your competitive differentiation is that you're able to work with external coaches and so on, mentors. So how sustainable is this mode? Like, is it, like, do you believe that it's really difficult for other competitors to add this if it provides value?
It depends. Yes, it's a nice question actually, because it's not that hard, I guess, to get it, but the hardest part here is to get experts, because currently we've launched this open marketplace, which is only C2C, and we've collected like over 2,500 of experts, and this part is really hard on the but I think it's actually not the case. Yeah. I think one of the main our competitive things will be templates, because for most companies, as we see it now, is just launching program with mentors, or it's only some marketplace, and even if they add some experts, templates like onboarding, like different things like random meetings or changing roles or some other things might be our competitive thing, which will not be that easy to but I think for some time, and that's why we should move faster with sales, because as long as we get to work with a company, we will provide more services for a company, more templates, and get more cases for them, and they will be needed to look to any other projects.
We have opportunity for the last question. Andrei?
Guys, so in the future, once again, if you are to concentrate to be an external marketplace for mentors, or or a platform for internal education, what would you go for?
Platform for internal education.
Thanks.
Andrei, you're a futurist today at the session. But thank you so much, Solvery, for your pitch today. And it's time to move on to our next startup, Toynovo from Colombia.
Hi, I am Maria Rubio, co-founder and CEO of Toynovo. For those who know Toy Story, Toynovo is the solution that Woody always dreamed about. Playing is a fundamental right to grow healthily, and multiple studies show that brain development depends on the connections we generate while playing. But we have three problems. First, boredom. Children get bored of toys before 3 months. Second, half of the children do not have toys to play with. This is 260 million children in the world. But most importantly, their families don't know the importance of playing for their development. And three, toys produce 30 million tons of CO2 per year. So Toynovo is the first circular economy community for toys, matching supply and demand through an intelligent platform. On one side, we have families that sell or rent their toys to generate income. They also donate, repair, or recycle. And on the other side, we have families that renew toys every month, buying used or renting. With the rental service, they receive 2 to 4 toys at home, totally clean for $10 per month. These families can purchase additional points to receive more toys. We also have B2B, starting with schools that rent and sell toys, companies that rent toys for their employees, and foundations where lower income families receive donations of toys. After 15 months in the market, Toynovo has reached 1,000 families, 400 subscribed, 400 in vulnerable families, plus 200 receiving income from renting or selling their toys. We have rescued 5 tons of plastic and evaded 20 tons of CO2. We have been growing with an average ticket of $10, customer acquisition of 14, and a lifetime value of 153. Our break even is 800 subscribers. We are really close. Our target market for the next 3 years, only reaching 1% of the addressable population, is 370,000 children with a $48 million sales per year. And in 5 years, $85 million sales. We are starting our first franchise in Costa Rica in second semester. To get there, we have B2C strategies resulting from experiments with free trials with a conversion of 47%, and we have refined and improved the strategy, reaching 65% conversion. In B2B, we have schools, companies, and partners with services for children, and we started with 2 networks of schools that rent toys from us and will reach 100 schools by the end of the year. This will double our sales in only 3 months, and by the end of the year, we will multiply them by 10. To reach our goals, we have a solid, expert, and passionate team in their areas and wonderful advisors who accompany us to build this story that is changing the consumption of toys and baby equipment. We have been accelerated by Rockstart. Ways to Work advises us in circularity, and we are in the process of being certified as a B Corp. To build the model, we have relied on market learnings, being the only model that matches supply and demand with an intelligent platform and also with the best rate. Those who join us will be part of this innovation with great social and environmental impact, transforming the world by learning through play. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for the lovely pitch. Now it's time to move with some questions. Andre, is it again going to be about future?
No, not really. Thank you for the great presentation. And you mentioned that you will be providing your platform to your partners or develop in some way. So why do you need those partners? What's manual in that? Why cannot you just scale it worldwide right away?
Well, Toynovo, with the rental service, we actually have all this logistics, and first of all. Second of all, we also need to create community. What Toynovo has been doing for these 15 months is building community around schools, around health institutions or education institutions. So it is very important to have a local partner that can have this community building fast, because if we do it by ourselves, it will take longer.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. So thank you. Ali from Technician.
Yeah. Hi, Maria. I wonder, how are you going to manage the operations, especially for rental? I think you should construct an operation team in each country, right?
Well, yes, but we are making a trial to have neighborhood hubs. Mothers that are actually our subscribers are wanting to be our representatives or agents in their neighborhoods. What's happening right now is that we have a logistics that goes from our warehouse to all the clients, and it's not very efficient. So what we're doing is that we're putting some hubs in neighborhoods, and that's the way we are planning to grow.
Yeah, I understand. That's great. Thank you.
Elena from Flint Capital, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I was just, you mentioned that you're the only platform that matches supply and demand. So I was just curious, what do you do differently from other platforms? And also the competition, in my view, comes not only from other platforms that do the same thing, but also from the brands that started like renting out the toys, like Lego, for example. You can actually rent Lego set there for a month or two. So what do you do differently from your competitors?
Okay, the first question was around the platform, but I didn't get it. Could you repeat the first question?
Sure. So when you talked about the competition, you had a few of them, and there are obviously more of them. And you said that you're the only platform that matches well supply and demand. So I was just wondering. So what do you do there? What others don't?
What we do is that families are able to rent their own toys through Toynovo. That's the difference. No one else globally has that same that same service. That's the first one. And the second one, we're actually partnering with the toy brands, because what's happening and what we have been able to negotiate with them is that Toynovo is enlarging the market. For example, a family in a middle or low income cannot reach the toys of Lego or Mattel or whatever, and with Toynovo they can. So we're really transforming the market, and we are actually partnering with them and with the retail also. With retail, we in December 2020, for example, we made a big partnership, and we were able to get donations in retail and give them together to foundations. So we're doing this like a transformation of the ecosystem.
I'm very sorry. I think
thank you.
We can take the conversation out of this session if you'd like to, but it's time to move on to the next startup. And I would like to welcome Influencerz from Russia.
Hi, my name is Mike from Influencerz, and let me tell you my story. Just a second. Our startup is for e-commerce and influencer marketing space, and we have an appropriate team of founders. I'm a founder and CEO with a diverse experience. I'm an entrepreneur and advertising agency owner, and in parallel, I spend a lot of time in the corporate and payment areas. Alex is the CTO and a full-stack developer. We are working together for more than 8 years. Natalia has a great experience in marketing and social media. She worked on her own startup and decided to join us this February. And we have a great advisor from the US startup ecosystem. Andrew is a professional in business design and CEO at Day One Accelerator in New York. Catherine works in the startup industry in Valley since 2014 and has the experience from both sides of the table as a startup founder and as a VC fund. We saw the market from different angles and realized that it is not the enterprises who require support the most, but small merchants who need to make their business effective. So 1 year ago, we started with the initial idea to make the easiest possible payment solution for small business. Now we have more than 300 merchants in the US who use it. But at the same time, we understood that we have to provide not just the transactions, but something more valuable. And that's how our journey begins. What's the biggest pain of small business on the internet? It is how to get clients and increase sales. Actually, there are not many good ways for that. Growing the follower audience takes time. Advertising is expensive. And small shops just don't have resources to manage their ads by themselves. We decided to bring them a referral system as the best way to get clients. And we developed a referral software for Instagram because today it's the biggest trade platform used by more than 70% of businesses. And finally, we found a huge segment of those who motivated to make referrals the most. It's the young Gen Z people who want to become bloggers. More than 20 million Gen Zs want to make money on ads. Most of them don't know how to bridge the gap between wannabe and real influencer. And we know how to help them. We aggregate these non-influencers within a bootcamp, educate, and provide real advertising orders from the day one, even when they are small. And for our merchants, it's an effective and hassle-free sales channel. The other great thing that the merchants doesn't pay for ads. We take 10% commission only for the fact of sale. And we use our referral and payment systems to track and automate this activity at scale. It's a win-win. And that's what we call our Influencerz platform. It is a two-sided marketplace that automatically matchmakes non-influencers and social media shops. The influence market is huge and still growing, but non-influencers and small merchants are undercovered, while being the biggest business segment. Our main differentiators are targeting for non-influencers, free bootcamp to educate them. It is a risk-free solution for merchants as they pay just for the fact of sale. And it is also hassle-free, as merchants don't care about ads and campaign detail. We have a wait list of shops and influencers, and from the last week, we already started to connect them. So we have finally launched with the real customers. And thanks, I'm done with the story and happy to answer your questions.
Thanks, Mikhail. The presentation. Who would like to go first with the questions? Ali from Technician.
Yeah. Hi, Mike. Thank you for the presentation. How are you going to make the payments to the influencers?
We use our referral and payment systems to take the fee from each sale, and then we share it with our platform and influencers. We split it 30 for 70%.
Okay. Which payment system are you going to use?
We are using the Stripe as a processor, and we have our own development for the payment acceptance, the split payments, and it's connected to referral.
Okay. And if I have chance, another questions. Yeah. How do you track the performance of those campaigns?
We use our referral system for this. That's why we build it for the Instagram. So when the blogger puts some kind of advertising, he can use his personal referral link. And with the referral link, the customer can pay in one click, and we track all this activity. So we take money just for the result, for the end result.
Okay. Okay. So you have developed your own attribution tracking tool, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I would like to go next.
Could I have a question on the traction, please? What's your monthly sales at the moment?
We just launched with this influencer platform. So we just connected our first influencers with the shops. Mm-hmm. So for today, we earned about $50 from the last week, but this is just the beginning. And if we are talking about our payment system, we have about 35K is a transaction volume from the last month. Mm-hmm. This is not our revenue; it's a transaction volume.
Yeah, gotcha. And Mikhail, another question: how do you acquire bloggers and shops on your platform?
Thanks. That's a great question. From the beginning, we use social media marketing, and also we use our existing merchants who use our payment system, like initial merchants. Mm-hmm. And we have a great asset of influencers, which can be used for the viral loops. We can use our existing influencers to bring us new influencers and new shops with the lowest customer acquisition cost.
Cool. Thanks so much.
And sorry, we have also kind of Instagram robots and some mechanics that makes automatically outreach to merchants and influencers to fulfill the first stage of our funnel.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
I believe we're out of questions. So it was a very clear presentation. Thanks very much, Mihail.
Thank you.
And we're moving forward to NFT for You from United Kingdom.
So my name is Jan Bodne, and I'm representing a UK-based startup, NFT for You. We monetize, protect, promote unique digital content. So I start with our problem. The problem of the influencers and creators is how to monetize their content. It's there for digital artists, it's there for influencers. So our main two use cases of our auditory is digital artists who usually are not on NFT market and not in the content creation market, and their problem is how to cost effectively sell and protect copyright their work. And then the digital influencers, so bloggers who look to increase their engagement, increase their auditory reach, and want to enter the fast-growing content creation market. Then we provide a social platform for creation of digital content, and we create a unique 3D NFT content, and we also provide an eco-friendly way to license and protect and sell the content. So how it works, we support through all the stages from creation to the share and to your auditory their digital content. So we create, we sell, and then we help you to share. Then these are two examples of the work that we did for some of our clients, and we created this 3D model that we then posted on blockchain. Here is how it worked. So we posted through the means of contract on the NFT blockchain. So you have your digital content that we help you develop. We put it inside the contract, and we get a unique asset on the blockchain. So the total asset market is available market is around 400 million plus GBP, and with a major contribution from digital artists. So our business model is a classic SaaS where we charge 720 pounds commission for the tailored service of creation, the 3D content, and then 50% commission for each order from your fan base or from NFT creation fan base. And then we are looking to come a marketplace. Basically, the main asset of the marketplace is the secondary market and the secondary sale. I talked briefly about the competitors. The main advantage is the tailored service and the real-time customer support, so that we can support you through all the stages of minting your NFT. There is some accounting details, and we already, on our track record, we already earned $5,000 from our tailored service. We already have more than 3,000 views, and we have 20 people registered as creators. Our team is myself and Daria Shalukina, who is business developer, Elena, who is responsible for marketing, Leo for our CTO, and Tobias, our managing director. And feel free to ask your questions.
Thanks, Jan. Quite a hot space you're in right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Ray, would you like to go ahead, please?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. Could you please elaborate on 3D content creation, which you help with? So it's not so obvious for me.
I mean, I don't know whether you see my presentation or not.
Yeah, of course, I was looking at it at the moment.
Okay. So I don't know whether you see the screen because.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we have a pool of digital designers that we select from the NFT market. So we have a special data analyst team who kind of search the market for talents, and we also have a special partnership program with them. And basically we select the stars, and then when people, influencers, bloggers who are not in the NFT market now come to us, we kind of match them with the designer. So depending on their needs. And hence, this is how we create. We also have a Ghana network, like a neural network, to automatically create NFT work. And some of our clients want that. So they want to have a Ghana modified thing, and for example, eco-sustainability and so forth. But majority obviously choose the human designers that we partner with.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Dmitry from Altair?
Thanks for the presentation. Did I get it right that actually you're trying to build some kind of art broker? Because I saw that like you're providing the customer support to your customers, so it doesn't look like a platform. And plus, you answered the previous question that you are browsing to find great artists. So it looks really like you're building a broker. Which is actually a service company, not a tech company. And the tech layer, it's a commodity nowadays. So correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we are building a service because basically we want our content to be a quality content. Hence, we have designers and all the Ghana stuff. But basically, we are building the marketplace, and this is we automate all the stages of the process of the onboarding, so the clients can come and basically with no support, like Seed Legals, for example, in the UK, you can say it's legal company, but actually it's a platform, and it allows you to scale, comparing to other platforms, it allows you to scale the process of creation of unique digital arts and selling it, and then promoting on blockchain. And we also have our own contracts, so we are not, we quite a deep tech company, so it's not that you can simply go there and mint your NFT with no prior knowledge if you are an ordinary art broker.
Thanks, Jan. Max, a quick question from you.
Very quick question. Why don't you list Shutterstock as one of your competitors? Okay, probably they won't use NFT technology, but they are big and they do the same.
I can't agree with you because basically, I mean, I respect your comment, but I can't agree with you in the aspect that they do the same. Shutterstock doesn't help you to build your work, and it doesn't support you in terms of, so it's a licensing company, but like they help you to sell it, but they doesn't have a customer support service. It doesn't allow you to build. They don't provide the market research and what's better for you. And in the very nutshell, Shutterstock is different from NFT and couldn't be compared because the rights, when you sell the NFT, we can jump to the legal points of it, but it's a true ownership. And when you do Shutterstock, you basically effectively sell the license for a photograph for commercial distribution. When you sell the NFTs, you don't sell any licenses. So the person buying NFT doesn't have any license over your picture. And this is the major difference between Shutterstock and us.
Dmitry, did you have an additional question? No? Okay. Then we're done with questions. Thanks very much, Jan, for the presentation and your answers.
Welcome.
And the next startup is from Georgia, Biliki.
Hi, in October 2020, two guys were lost in the mountains. They couldn't find the way to the nearest village, and it was getting dark. Suddenly, one of them remembered that he had an app which put to the right track and saved their lives. I'm Tonigan, and I'm proud to share the story with you because it's from our customers. But let's start from the beginning. We've been researching for Georgian travel resources for the last 10 years. And in 2019, we saw a global opportunity with 300 million outdoor visits and 15% annual increase, which needs our help. Planning trips with current solutions is time-consuming and costly. They do not provide financial benefit for content creators and do not connect travelers with local business. So we came up with a solution, mobile marketplace Biliki, where you save time and money, feel secure while hiking, make additional income, connect with local business, and mingle with the community. We have advertisement traction like from Toyota, paid customers like Toyota, TBC Bank. We have, despite COVID-19, increasing number of active users. There are many travel apps, but none of them gives you a chance to make money while hiking. Plus, Biliki is cheaper, gives more information, and provides integration services like car rentals and bookings. We'll take 20% commission from every trail sold by users, and we'll continue promoting local SMEs with CPC advertising. We will enter Eastern European markets right after adding new marketplace feature, and we will continue. We will add a new recommendation engine, and 2023 we will enter to global market as well. Recovery of tourism sector, increasing interest in outdoor travel market, and expanding to new markets are key drivers of financial forecast and predictions. Like founders are brothers with 10 years of experience working together with huge experience in international relations, information technologies, mobile solutions. We have advisor Bridget Bauman, which is a business angel superstar and is a most influential women in a startup sector. Besides, we are the winners of TBC Business Award as the best startup of 2020 and Georgia's Innovation Technologies Agency's matching grant program. We seek to get funds in order to conduct marketing campaigns, and that will help to drastically enter to the Eastern European market as well. So forget Googling, download Biliki App, and live your adventure. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks, Tornikin. Time for questions. Do you have any comments from the judges? Everything with Dmitry?
Yeah. As I'm a big fan and I use Komoot and all trails, not every weekend, but really very open. Could you please comment on your competitive advantages? Like, what should I buy in this marketplace? Because actually, when I'm hiking, I don't need marketplace.
Dmitry, thank you. So the first thing is that the other applications like AllTrace, for example, they don't give you a possibility first to have all information or travel information in one place, because AllTrails provides only trails. So we provide both as trails and all travel information in one space. Second part is that these applications do not don't give you a possibility to track, share, and get income. For example, you can sell to another person. For example, you, Dmitry, you're selling to Alina, for example, your tour, and you get income as well. Besides that, local business can share its business without any fee and get mingle with a huge potential customer as well. So the good thing is that Biliki provides an opportunity to provide huge community and to give a social impact in a global tourism industry.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Thanks for the clarification. Anyone else? I guess that was quite a clear pitch, Tornikin, from your side. Thanks so much for your time. And we're ready to move on to our two last startups. Airate, please come on stage.
My name is Ilnur, and I'm a co-founder of Airate. Airate is a wine subscription service that allows people to buy better wine for a fair price directly from the best independent winemakers. I love to travel, investigating local culture, cuisine, and wine, of course. But when I get back to Vilnius, I can't find good quality wine for a fair price. And during the lockdown, these problems are accelerated as I was compelled to take lousy deals from supermarkets and distributors. That's why we've decided to launch Airate, which brings worldwide wine directly for wine buyers, cutting out the middleman, providing a fair price with support and connection to talented winemakers. At the same time, Airate brings real sales for talented winemakers, not just helping to make potential sales. Our target market is an 80 billion euro market of the European wine and spirits trade. We are starting with a big enough 1.8 billion euro Baltics market. And we are planning to obtain 20% of it competing with supermarkets. The 20% is 360 million euro, which equals to independent wine and spirits trade in the Baltics. We compete mostly with supermarkets in Lithuania, as more than 80% of customers buy wine in retail chains. In Europe, we are competing with D2C marketplaces. Our best part lies in unique, artisan, and more interesting wines from talented independent winemakers selected by machine learning algorithms and checked by experts. Our team is the best one to develop this product. We have startup experience. I and Alex launched 3 companies and had a successful exit in mobility. We have retail and data science experience. Eugene implemented artificial neural networks for the largest retail chain in Eastern Europe. And as an example, one of his suggestions brought 7 million euro of additional revenue. IT part led by Max, who develops CRM and ERP systems for independent furniture makers. EDI is responsible for the wine part, who is a prominent wine critic, editor, and author with personal connections to the international wine world. And we have Polina on the team, who is responsible for communications and PR. Since August 2020, when we started, we've developed algorithms on selecting wine stars based on reviews, critics, quality, and sales perspectives, attracted 12 talented independent winemakers from Spain as early adopters, received more than 100 pre-orders from Lithuanian clients with 75 euro average check and 10 euro acquisition cost. During second quarter 2021, planning to finalize the product and start scaling in the Baltics. Our wine drinkers pay 25 euro per month as a deposit. They can use accumulated money whenever they want and buy wine for Airate fair prices, which usually 30–40% lower than market prices. The current average check per box is 75 euro, and we are planning to have 5,000 wine drinkers in 12 months, which means around 2 million euro of annual recurring revenue. We are raising 300K euro round to develop the product for the next 12 months and to reach this 2 million euro ARR. Join Airate and enjoy better wine for less money. Thanks and cheers. Your questions, please.
Thanks, Ilnur. Andrei is ready with his questions.
Yeah, Ilnur, thanks for a great presentation. As I see it, it's a party logistics business, right? So probably you will be bringing wine from, I don't know, Italy, Spain, or France, or wherever to the Baltics. So in these terms, which time frames do you see, and how will you manage if, for example, you get not the 5,000 clients but 50,000? What's your plans for that?
In the logistics, there is no bottleneck because it's a commodity, and even now we can optimize it in a good way. Even getting these 2 pallets for the more than 100 pre-orders, we are bringing it now, and it's already good in terms of the efficient and the costs. And there is a lot of logistics companies who does it very well. We don't need it to do.
How long does it usually take from somebody putting an order for, I don't know, 100 bottles in one day, and you'll bring it?
it's the next day because we will bring it in advance of it.
Thanks for the question. Cyril, would you like to go ahead?
Thank you. Thank you. Ilnur, can you please clarify your previous answers? Because I have almost the same question. You know that I'm a huge fan of interesting wines, and my family consumes at least 3 bottles a week, on average, of course. But I hardly can imagine how can you execute the moving very small portions, very small parts of wine. Let's say 1 cargo point or 2 boxes from, let's say, from southern Italy to Latvia. As I know, this market and this logistics is heavily regulated, and moreover, most of wines are very sensitive for transportation circumstances. What do you think of it?
Of course, we are. So I will tell a bit about the scheme, the structure. Yeah. First of all, we are searching and selecting the winemakers, the talented ones, which are good in the critics, quality, and sales perspectives, because we are analyzing all the good samples of the sales, and that's why we are bringing it in advance to Lithuania or to Latvia, and then sell it in the boxes, 6 bottles per box, which makes this 75 average check. So it's done in advance because we are bringing it in 1 week, the wine from, for example, Spain to Lithuania, and then to the next day we are bringing the 6 bottles box.
Thanks very much for your answers. Almost lunchtime, so we can have a glass of wine maybe later.
Yes.
But the final startup for today is LeoHome. And whenever you're ready, you're welcome.
People love animals worldwide. Only in the US, they spent a huge $99 billion on them. So this love is always keep growing, and this market is also always keep growing. But at the same time, over 11,000 animals will be euthanized only today in the US, and tomorrow and the next day, because the system of pet adoption fails every day. And this is the real story of our cat Leo. He was left on the street to die. Fortunately, put in a shelter where he hoped and prayed that he would find his forever home. And he found. We adopted him, understood all the problems with his health, but we also understood that it's 2021, but we all spend too much time to find and adopt the most relevant pet for us, and at the same time they're euthanized. And then we spend too much money for fresh natural products for their happy and healthy life, or we will spend too much money on veterinarians. And same time, only in the US, pet adoption rate increased by a huge 35% in 2020. It means that people are ready to find and take care of these animals. They just need some help in this process. Same time, thousands of small manufacturers of fresh natural pet food, handmade clothes and accessories who also really care about these animals. They're trying to find their cheaper audience and placement every day. And that's why we created LeoHome Marketplace, to connect each of them on one platform and see the magic. And it's like Pet Finder and Etsy.com in your pocket. We use LeoHome.ai to aggregate the data from shelters and sellers like pets, vet, food history, special needs. We analyze this data and provide you fun, easy, and clear way how you can find and adopt these relevant animals for you 30% faster, and then we don't lose you. You will be redirected for the most relevant fresh natural products for your pet according to the data. And it's all in a huge market, sustainable market, and it's also always keep growing. And with our revenue, 5-year revenue potential, like $186 million, by using easy and clear Etsy-friendly business model, 80% are going from B2B segment, and we use commission system from 70 to 12%, small listing and renewal fee and advertisement. We have a lot of good competitors, but LeoHome, this is the first global full-service model which support you from the adoption process through the life cycle of your pet. And we have a mission-driven, amazing team, more than 10 years together worldwide in animal care, startups, as volunteers, as fosters, and fantastic advisors like Startup Ventures, Jeff Wallace from The Valley, who personally worked with Steve Jobs, and Wallace Green, official mentor of Emerge this year. And our direction is product market fit, pre-revenue, pre-seed stage, more than 200 organizations as a partners. We also aggregate more than 30,000 animal hours for our official beta next month. And we launched our crowdfunding last week, so join us. And a lot of different things like awardings, for example, most innovative global pet adoption platform in 2021 by Lux Life magazine. So, LeoHome, this is the future of pet adoption. Join us and be the part of this huge story. Thank you.
It's a very touching story. Thanks very much, Igor, for the presentation.
Thank you.
And it's time for some questions. All right. Was everything clear, Andrei? Yes?
Thank you, Igor. How do you see it from the user acquisition perspective? So what's your model of growth? How do you see it?
So our general model of growth is a clear understanding what our customers want. People want to take care of animals, but also they want to save their time and money and be entertained in some way. And LeoHome is also about the community. Animal hour and pet care is always about the communities. So we use tools. The most important channel for us is standard social medias like Facebook, thousands of groups like animal lovers, dog lovers, and so on, and a lot of patient people, and specialized animal care like Life magazine, like Animal Fair, and so on. So for us, really viral work is advertising like pets in need, and then what. So, eyes on fire, and this puppy is super happy, and so on. And this is the best way how we attract organically most of our, B2C customers like animal lovers. If you talk about B2B segment, it's our small sellers, local sellers of fresh natural pet food, handmade clothes and accessories. The only thing they are passionate about is how to find cheaper audience and placement, because it's a new segment. It's keep growing separately. Most of them trying to sell their, goods on their own websites. And so if we provide them the platform where they can list their products for $1 fee and pay only per transaction, so each of them don't have any reasons not to join us. So this is the biggest and most important thing.
Thank you. And how many animals are already on your platform?
On our data for today, more than 2,000 animals are prepared for adoption from over 135 shelters in the US, most of all in the New York area. And it's, yes.
Super, thank you.
This exciting note, I would like to finish our batch 2 of the startup competition today. And thank you, startups, for your presentations, and judges for your comments and questions. And now we are ready to move on to our third batch. So stay tuned. Thanks.